Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, I just thought that we'd have a little bit of fun today because I received like 3 emails from one of our community members that must have watched my video yesterday where I say that the average person who buys an electric vehicle is like a 6-figure earner. Now that's not what his email is about how much he makes or about how much he paid for the vehicle, but he pretty much bought a Tesla, and I'm not picking on Tesla, it's just a vehicle that he referenced in his emails and the one that he bought. But he bought a Tesla I think about a year ago, as it states on his emails, and I'm going to share them with you here. Alright, I'm going to read them out to you and share them with you just in case you're in the market to buy an electric vehicle. You can get an insider's view as to how it is to own one. But he bought a Tesla about a year ago, and he shares with us here all of the pros and cons that come with owning an electric vehicle, excuse me. And also, ladies and gentlemen, about halfway through this video, I'm going to share about a 2.5-3 minute clip with you about OUPES solar generators. No, this is not a sponsored video, by the way, but they're coming out with a couple of incredible programs that is completely community based, meaning that it's there to help the OUPES community members in many different ways. So I want to make sure that I share that with you so that you can take advantage of their program, because it's for people that are in need, and it's for people that want to share their good things that happen to them in life and be able to enter to win a good chunk of cash, especially during these times that everyone can use some cash. But right now, let's go ahead and start off with the first email. And by the way, I received each of these emails here within the last 24 hours. So I'm going to go ahead and read this for you, ladies and gentlemen, verbatim. That way no words are mixed up, okay? You may want to let your viewers know that you can only qualify for the tax credit if you buy it flat out. You get no credit if you finance whatsoever, along with how many ridiculous stipulations there are. I'm assuming that the ridiculous stipulations are all of the boxes that you have to check before you can actually qualify for that tax credit that they offer. He says, I've owned as in financed a Tesla for over a year now, and here is what I've found, and we start off with the pros. The pros are acceleration and handling are easily better than a combustion car, allowing you to dodge poor drivers or overtake them quickly. So you are a better defensive driver in an electric car, I'm assuming, because you have a lot more torque and speed behind the wheel, being that you don't have an internal combustion engine. Second one is autopilot can be handy in certain situations. No air intake, so you can actually drive through floods without killing your car. That's interesting, never really thought about that. No air intake, so yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how well sealed the batteries are under the car. I'm sure they have to be very well sealed against water and the elements and stuff like that. But sometimes you wonder, ladies and gentlemen, with all of the explosions that you've seen and fires that you just start out of nowhere in electric vehicles. And that's it for the pros. We had 1, 2, 3 things for the pros. Now start the cons. Well, I guess the first one depends on how much money you make, right? He says insanely overpriced, very unreliable when using in extreme weather, and you lose 1% efficiency for every degree over 85 or under 50. That is crazy. Every degree. Now, I have a friend, Chief, the guy that moves my dirt around when he comes in the summers. His wife just bought a Tesla, and they love it. All right, now I have to see how this works out in the winter, because I know I've seen a few Teslas driving around Fairbanks, Alaska. So I'll have to ask and see, hey, is there validity to this in your vehicle as well? Because maybe it's his vehicle, right? But I don't know that, and I don't know this gentleman. All right, so anyways, he says that for every degree over 85 degrees Fahrenheit, so if it's 86 degrees Fahrenheit, you lose 1% efficiency, and if it's 49 degrees Fahrenheit, 1 under 50, you lose 1% efficiency for every degree under it. It doubles for every degree past 10 in either direction. So it's even worse than that for every degree past 10. So here in Fairbanks, Alaska, at negative 30, these things are going to be pretty much useless, according to this. The other one is charging infrastructure is only really available in coastal areas. In the Midwest, you are screwed, he says. Parts on it break very easily due to the cheap parts and sensors everywhere. It's an extremely fragile vehicle and only Tesla techs can work on them. Now, I have heard about this, that only Tesla technicians can work on Tesla vehicles, and that it's very, very difficult to get parts if you want to do something yourself. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me take a few minutes to talk to you about a couple of campaigns that OUPES, my favorite solar generator brand, has started. It is a great campaign that they're doing, and it's for the community. OUPES has started, and I'm going to read it off here because I just received this and I think it's awesome, so I really need to share this with you. They just started a campaign that encourages you to share personal stories, photos, or videos that highlight impactful moments experienced or witnessed in daily life. And it doesn't have to be any kind of a moment that is with an OUPES brand solar generator. It's any impactful moment that may bring positivity to the world. And they say that by joining this campaign, you will not only have a chance to win $3,000 cash. So it's kind of like a contest that they're putting out there if you just want to go ahead and join their campaign with them and share your positivity with them. And to participate, ladies and gentlemen, all you have to do is simply create a post on your preferred social media platform using the hashtag OUPES Powerful Moments and tag our official account. And the details are on this website right here that I'm going to leave the link to so that you can have access to it. And remember, all you have to do is just put a positive moment that you have, an inspirational moment that you've had personally. It doesn't have to be with an OUPES product, but it is awesome, and you have a chance to win $3,000. The other one, ladies and gentlemen, is the one that I am most excited about. I've often said that I like to work with affiliates and sponsors and partners that like to create positivity and give back to the world. And now I'm going to read this so that you can hear it from the horse's mouth. We have also created a new project called OUPES Helps. And I think OUPES Helps, actually it's OUPES Help. And what they do, ladies and gentlemen, is they take 5% off of their bottom line, which is a very big number for those of you that maybe don't understand business. 5% off your bottom line is a big number to take and give to those that need help. So they say here, we take 5% of our sales, and if anyone you know might need help, welcome them to contact us. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about. It's not just about making the sale, it's about helping the community of people that are your customers. So if you want to go check out OUPES Help, check out this website right here, and I'm going to go ahead and leave the link to that on a pinned comment as well. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, OUPES did not ask me to do this. However, they are having an awesome sale starting tomorrow, the 9th of August, for hurricane season, and their prices are going to be incredible. And not only that, on top of their awesome prices, I'm still going to be able to offer you my Alaska Prepper code for 10% off anything that they have, even if it's already discounted. So tomorrow I'll do a short video going over all of the sales that they have. But if you are in the market for an OUPES solar generator, check them out. They're good people that stand behind a good product. And not only that, they're always innovating. So they don't stay stagnant and just keep selling you the same stuff year after year after year. They're always looking to make their product better. And I know that for a fact because we've got a few new solar generators that OUPES is coming out with that's on its way here right now. So I can check it out and share with you all. Now back to the video. The next one, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to number these, all right, because there are so many of them, all right, in the cons category. If the battery is punctured, they can catch fire very fast and burn for over a month. Holy smokes. It will still burn even if you put the whole car in a lake. Wow. I didn't know that. Not enough materials in the world to get everyone an EV. I've covered that before. There's not enough silver, there's not enough lithium, there's not enough nickel, there's not enough of a whole bunch of the things that we need in order to replace all of the ICE vehicles with an EV vehicle. And that's just the way it is. Nothing we can do about that. Batteries are extremely dangerous when not disposed of properly. And he says here, if you want to know more, let me know. And I'm obviously interested in what else he has to say. And I actually haven't read the other two emails that he sent, so we're going to go to those right now. The battery issue is such a huge and dangerous problem. A combustion car or ICE car may take a few minutes, but EV battery fires can take a car out in seconds. In fact, one EV took an entire cargo ship full of cars out so fast that the crew was fleeing for their lives by jumping in the water. I believe I remember reading an article on that a cargo ship that was bringing a whole bunch of EV vehicles, I'm not sure if it was from here to China or from China to here, that it caught on fire because it started from one vehicle, pretty much took out the entire, stock on that ship. Tesla cars have glass roofs, so they are extremely dangerous in rollover accidents. And he goes on to say that the maintenance is not staggered or easy like in an ICE car. And yes, it costs money to put in spark plugs and to get the oil change on a regular basis, but at least your car doesn't die all at once and you have an $80,000 paperweight, unless you want to spend $20,000 for a new battery. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, people don't understand going into buying an EV that those batteries, they have a lifespan, and the lifespan is usually a lot less than the lifespan of an engine in a vehicle. Now, you can pretty much say that the battery of an EV is like the engine in a regular ICE vehicle. Now, the third and longest email, and it's also cons, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Tesla takes over an hour to charge, but you can fill a combustion car, an ICE car, in 5 minutes. What is your time worth? And I've thought about that a lot. I'm like, man, you know what? I want to be sitting at an EV charging station, unless I have one in my house and I just can plug it in and then go about my day and do what I'm going to do. But if I'm taking a long trip, I'm going to have to first find an EV charging station and then sit there for however long it takes for that battery to get charged or topped off. He says, I don't know if all Tesla vehicles, but mine likes to shut off at completely random times. This is regardless of whether I'm driving on a freeway or sitting in a parking lot or at a stoplight, etc. That I consider to be very, very dangerous. The sensors for autopilot are very particular about what they actually pick up. For example, it will recognize stop signs, but not stop lines, I believe he says here, or curbs, or traffic islands, or pillars or buildings. It seems to recognize reflective surfaces the easiest. He says, never ever, in all caps, ladies and gentlemen, use autopilot while it is raining. Really. It does not recognize any surfaces, reflective or otherwise, if they are overly wet. All Tesla vehicles do not have spare tires and have far too many sensors that you need to adjust if you attempt to change a tire. You need to adjust sensors just to change a tire? That's no good. I trust you can see what the issue is here. Yep, absolutely. I mean, change a tire, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere. Right, ladies and gentlemen? And it might take hours for someone to get there. What if you have no service? Right? So anyways, yeah, you need to have a spare tire and be able to change it. If a combustion vehicle runs out of gas, you can just get gas and fill it back up. If a Tesla runs out of juice, you have to have it towed to a plug. Or unless you have a small generator, in the back of your trunk. Incredible. I actually saw a picture of that once. I'll try to find it and show you it. Electric vehicles actually have far less gas mileage than a combustion engine car when you add everything together. With a combustion car, they have a lot of independent systems, like the heating and AC runs off the battery while you're driving and runs off the gas and the engine. Yes, alternator really helps a lot with the electrical systems that it has. Just using the heater on a cold day will cut your mileage by over half in an EV because everything runs off of the battery. Another thing, people don't think about the heater in the winter or the AC in the summer. That's going to really use up a lot of batteries. And this is a big one. If I have issues with my combustion engine car, I can call up my local mechanic or dealership and get answers and quotes pretty much right away. With my Tesla, I have to drive 35 miles to a Tesla service center because if you try to call them, everything is completely automated and you will never talk to a real person. The maintenance on the combustion vehicle is infinitely easier than any sort of work on a Tesla or EV car. And that's true, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they want to push us towards. Again, I'm not anti-EV. I think EVs are cool, but I think that internal combustion engines are where we're stuck at right now with the technology that we have and with the resources that we have to tap into. We don't have enough resources for EVs. Right? Why do you think they're trying to make all of these 15-minute cities so that they can get you stuck in a small radius where you don't need a vehicle, and then as soon as they, our overlords, say, hey, they don't need a vehicle, they're living in a 15-minute city, guess what? Then they won't let you buy a vehicle, especially if you have a CBDC. Imagine that world. Because of the way that Tesla and EV cars in general are made, you cannot put any aftermarket parts in them, like a suspension or lift kit, bigger tires, etc. So you can pretty much kiss away any aftermarket parts that you wanted to enhance your vehicle with. And he finishes it off with saying, at this point, hybrid cars seem to be the way to go from what I can tell. Now, hybrid cars, I've never owned one, but I think that is a very good concept, to have a hybrid car. Meaning to have a vehicle that runs on batteries when it is more efficient to run on a battery, right? So that you can save gasoline, but that has a small internal combustion engine that not only propels you to go where you want to go, but while you are driving on gasoline, that car is charging that battery, pretty much keeping it topped off at all times. So if your car runs out of gas, you can at least creep over to a gas station because you have enough battery power to do so. And whenever your car sees that it's better for you to be running on electric instead of gas, it'll switch over to electric, and it's better as far as how much gasoline we consume. That I can fall behind, ladies and gentlemen, and I do believe that they've made a lot of progress in that. Let me know in the comments, the newer Prius cars, are they still hybrids? Because I know when the Toyota Prius first came out, they were hybrids. They had a battery and they also had an internal combustion engine. Are the new ones, the newest ones, like, are they still hybrid? That would be probably something that I'd be interested in, just as a get around town car. But the thing is I'm a homebody and I never get around town. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, hey, I hope that you enjoy this little video. I know it's not a prepping video, but we have to have a little bit of fun every now and then. And I think this was very, very informative. So thank you very much to the gentleman that sent me this. I truly do appreciate you taking the time to write this down and send it over to me. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your week. God bless every one of you. God bless America. I'm Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.